14 years ago last week, I became a mother. Colin was my firstborn son, and he was the most beautiful baby I'd ever seen. As a mother, I couldn't be prouder of my son, Colin. He was good at everything. He was intelligent, he was talented, he could sing, he could dance, he could act. Anyway, I could go on and on about how much potential my son had and how much he had going for him. I knew he could do anything. I knew he was going to be something amazing when he did grow up. On the morning of November 2nd, so almost a full year ago, all those plans came to a crashing end. Colin left for school early in the morning. We lived right across the street from the junior high. And all Colin had to do was cross one street. I heard the sirens about 5 minutes later, and my heart sunk. I prayed so hard that it wasn't him. And I yelled to my husband to run out and make sure that's not Colin in the road. And I chased him out there too, and I went out, and the first thing I noticed were his shoes lying on the ground. And I knew that my worst nightmare had just come true. And I ran over to my boy, who was on the ground lying in a pool of blood. And I yelled at him to pull through. I said, "I need you, I can't lose you." And all we could do was stand there hopelessly and pray and just hope that the people attending to him could save his life. He died just as life flight had landed.
You know, losing a child in a tragedy like a car crash where there's no warning signs and it's all of a sudden you see them and the next second they're gone has a different type of grief with it that other families may not go through. This is our 5th year of doing the Teen Memorial Book, and what the Memorial Book is a collection of stories told by parents who have lost a teenager in a motor vehicle crash. When we started doing the book 5 years ago, there were over 40 teens killed in motor vehicle crashes on Utah's roads. This last year in 2011, that number's dropped to almost half. We're down to 23 teens killed each year on Utah's roads, which is a dramatic decrease. And we think the book plays a part in that. Every time we take these books to high schools, the kids find one person in the book that they think, this could be me. Whether they look like them, for some reason they were attracted to their picture or the quote that's in the stories, they played the same sport, they lived in the same city. There's something about them that these kids identify with.
Colin, just the past few years, his famous line was, "Because I'm awesome." You know, if I'd say, "Colin, why are your shoes in the middle of the floor?" He'd say, "Because I'm awesome." You know, "Why is your room still a mess?" "Because I'm awesome." Now it's engraved on his headstone because it's perfect. He truly was awesome.
And I will tell you from my own personal experience working on the book after 5 years is that you don't forget these kids. You catch yourself distracted in your car or tempted to pick up your phone and make that call or answer that call, or maybe you're speeding because you're late somewhere. And these are the faces that I see flash before me and think, okay, I'm going to slow down because it's not worth the grief and pain that I could cause my family or loved ones if something were to happen.